New York was amazing. It was so cool to see myself on the big screen. Cinna taking over New York. Who would have seen it coming? Not me. You should just never plan trips last minute. And let me tell you why. You see, I booked an Airbnb in Newark. There's a big airport in Newark and there's one in JFK. But it was cheaper to fly in Newark than it was to fly in to JFK. I'm Mr. Krabs. Gimme. Sometimes cheap isn't always a good option. And I found out. Dude, I found out so quickly. First of all, I go to the airport. The airport's relatively nice. And I get in an Uber. I might as well have been playing Mario Kart on 200cc. We were flying through the highways like it's Cruisin' World from the Nintendo 64. I get to the Airbnb, to which I thought was a solo unit. What I didn't know is that actually the apartment that I had rented, it's in fact the basement of the main house. I'm not one to complain. That was very nice that they had it for so cheap. It was a family that lived upstairs. And I also was able to lock the basement door. I say, cool, I'm gonna take an Uber down to New York. That's what I was gonna do. I call an Uber, I wait 10 minutes for the Uber to show up. You know, peacefully waiting outside, looking like a dumbass, standing on the sidewalk at 7 a.m. My Uber driver shows up. I get in the car, I say hi. He says, Cinna, I say, yup. He goes, cool. And then he goes, oh, you're going to New York City? And I said, yeah. And then he goes, I'm not taking you. Huh? Wait, what? And he goes, yeah, I'm not driving you. Why? And then he goes, it's not worth the money for me. So no, I'm not driving you. And I said, well, the Airbnb people just told me about a train station that goes to New York. Like, or can you at least drive me to the train station? I'll pay you. I'll reroute it right now. I'll pay you. It will not let me reroute it, and he will not allow him to accept it. So I straight up get out of the car. I'm stuck. The Airbnb people, they see me outside and they say, what happened? I tell them, they go, oh yeah, that's pretty common out here. So I say, where's the nearest train station? And they tell me a train station. On my way there, I get a ping that I don't see until 5 minutes later from the Airbnb people that let me know that they told me the wrong train station. Here's the outside of the train station. It was like bikini bottom, like rock bottom. That's exactly what it was. Now you walk down here, which goes down a deep flight of stairs. Common Ohio train station. Yep. And this is where I call Diddy because I am genuinely concerned because I am the only person down here besides one other man who, when he sees me, waits around for 5 minutes while I'm on the phone and then vanishes. He wasn't even waiting for a train because there wasn't a train coming for a whole hour and a half. I find out I have to go to a different train station. I call the Uber. It was the same one that dropped me off at the train station. Whatever, we move on. Fine, no big deal. I'm literally telling Diddy, I might end up in Connecticut. I'll probably end up in Ohio. Train stations in Ohio are crazy, okay? They're crazy. But you know what? I get on the train. It's peaceful. I enjoy my time. I'm thinking, I'm good. I'm good. At least I'm on the train and I get to New York. Off the bat, I walk out. I have my headphones on and I'm listening to all this good music. I'm feeling good because I'm about to go see a billboard with me on it. And the billboard, chat, let me tell you, dead center of Times Square. And there's me. Nobody really paid attention to the fact that it was me up there. As a matter of fact, everybody said, who the fuck is this girl who is taking photos of these commercials? But doesn't matter. I'm not saying that I'm doing big things, but I'd say that's a little cool. After I go and see the billboard for the first time, I am waiting for Diddy to show up so we can take photos in front of it. Diddy texts me and lets me know that he got on a bus, that the bus wasn't even the bus he bought the ticket for, but they told him he could get on. And Diddy messaged me and said, I think it's going where I'm supposed to go, but I don't know. So Diddy also might end up in Ohio. We have no idea. Now here's where it gets funny. I'm waiting for Diddy in a Starbucks and I'm ordering my coffee. I'm fine. I just want to charge my phone at this point. It's been a long day. And for whatever reason, the Starbucks guy just frame one starts cooking me. He does this bit where he goes, oh, this is your drink? And I said, yeah. And he goes, what kind of milk do you want? I said, oh, I think it says almond milk. I just want almond milk. And then he goes, you don't want regular milk? And I said, no. And then he goes, and stares me down really aggressively, like I'm some bougie bitch. And then he goes, no, I'm just playing. It's fine. I'll make it for you. And I go, oh my God. I was so stressed. I thought I did something wrong and I offended him by getting almond milk. And I was so stressed out. And obviously, chat, I'm a streamer. I don't have the best interaction skills at all. So I want you to know that then for the rest of the time that I was waiting there, New York people just kind of push by you. So I kept going, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm in your way. Oh, sorry. And then the service guy looks over at me and he goes, you apologize so much, don't you? Like you don't need to point it out. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. Diddy shows up. I leave the Starbucks thinking I never have to see that guy again. Diddy wants coffee. We got to go back. And the guy literally when we walk in goes, oh, welcome back. To me, he knew what time it was. I'm like, don't point it out. I'm not going to apologize to you for coming back. I'm done. Diddy and I are walking around New York. We got New York hot dogs, which I found out, at least the ones that we had, are just regular hot dogs that are overpriced and they're from they're from carts on the street. Diddy, because he can't leave from New York because we can't Uber. I tell Diddy, hey, you can just come back to the Airbnb and then leave from there, ride back with me on the train, and then leave from there to take an Uber to your bus station. We go back to the Airbnb, chat. What I didn't know about the unit, because I didn't go inside yet, is that because it's a basement, it's not normal ceiling. It's a lowered ceiling. I, from the top of my head, as a 5'4" individual, am maybe 6 inches from the top of this ceiling. Do you guys know that Diddy is 7 foot tall? I realize Diddy's like this underneath. It's like this on his head. He can't stand up. It's like right here to me. The doorway was under Diddy's chin. For the rest of the time that I was there, I tried to sleep, but I really just felt very nervous about sleeping in an apartment that is connected to another apartment. So instead of sleeping in the bed, I slept on the leather couch in the living room with all of the lights on full blast and the TV on to make it sound like I'm awake. I was so scared. It was fine. It was not a big deal. So I was like, cool, that's it. I get up, go to the airport, done deal. I got back yesterday, and I'm not even kidding you. I got back at 10 a.m. I had gotten 3 hours of sleep in maybe over 30 hours. So if you're wondering why I look so mentally exhausted and tired, you could probably understand why. It is so bad.